So School Jam has moved to sit within ActiveLearn Primary for teachers and pupils. So if we remember that School Jam is a program that is full of digital maths mastery activities for children. And these activities are for reception, year 1 and year 2, and they're aimed at children to complete with their parents, mainly for homework. So for School Jam, there are 3 distinct types of activities. We have digital games, we have maths help videos, and we have practical activities. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can access School Jam now that it sits on ActiveLearn Primary, how you can use it, and how you can allocate School Jam activities to your pupils and in turn their parents, and other things like how you can get support if you need it. So now that School Jam sits within ActiveLearn Primary, you will access it through Power Maths. So if you click on Power Maths, and if you click on Resources, it will come up with the filters on the left. If you go down to School Jam, you click on School Jam, you'll see the activity. So as I mentioned, it's for reception, year 1 and year 2. There's over 100 activities in total. You can see the numbers per year there. And then you can see down the left, you've got the national curriculum strands for year 1 and year 2. For reception, it's early learning goals. And then we've got School Jam ticked. So if you click on a year that you're doing, so if you're teaching year 1, you can see all the activities. And it gives you some information, what type of activity it is, and then what the objective is. If you click on the national curriculum strand, so maybe you're starting with number and place value, then you can see the activities that are relevant for number and place value that you can use. So I think there are 2 main ways of using these activities. So you can use them in class. You could use them at the beginning of a lesson to review something, at the end as a sort of fun end to a maths lesson, or you could even use them for input. So some of the things you could do, so here's a digital activity called Maths Eclipse. So if we click on it, it will open up and it'll ask you for player 1 and player 2. So your player 1 could be you as the teacher, then you choose your avatar, and then maybe player 2 could be the class. You choose an avatar for them, and then you play the game. So this game is about hiding 2-digit numbers. So the class hide with you, the teacher closing their eyes maybe, and then takes over and the teacher has to guess what number is being hidden. And then you take it in turns. Did the teacher get it correct? Yes, they did. And then it goes on to the teacher hiding them in the class guessing. So that's one way that you can use the games in class. There's also videos that you can use. The videos are aimed at parents and children watching them together. So, but at the same time, you could use them in class because they have some fantastic pictorial representations that you could show of 33, and you've got a part whole model. You've got closed captions as well. So that's one way that you can use the School Jam games and activities in class. The other way that you would use it would be you would send it home for homework for your children to complete with their parents. The way that you do that is once you've got your class set up on ActiveLearn Primary and your pupils have got ActiveLearn Primary accounts, don't worry if you don't. I will show you some information about how to do that in a moment. You just click on what you want to allocate, and obviously you've got choice as the teacher what you're allocating and when you're allocating it. Click on it, and then you just go to allocate. You choose your class. If you wanted to go to all pupils, you can click and tick there, and then you press allocate, and then it will be allocated to pupils. When the pupils see it, they will have a username and a password for ActiveLearn Primary. I'm going to show you the pupil view, what it looks like. So here's a child's account. If they click on here it is, click on My Stuff, and they click on Power Maths, then they will see what they've been allocated. So here's Maths Eclipse 1. If they click on it, then they can play the same game that we've just played in class for at home, with their parents. So that's sort of the main 2 ways of how children can use School Jam. So in terms of sort of teacher help, in case you have any questions, we talked about if you're not set up with your pupils on ActiveLearn Primary, what you can do. So if you go to help here, and if you go to teacher help, it gives you information. So for example, here it says creating multiple teacher and pupil accounts. What we recommend is that you download this pupil spreadsheet, and then you just fill it in with the names of your pupils and the class name that you want, and then you can import it and it will generate all the pupil accounts if you don't have pupil accounts already. Other things that are worth knowing about. So if you go to Power Maths, if you want to deallocate resources, so maybe they've done an activity and they completed it for homework maybe 4 weeks ago, and now you want to remove it from them. You might just want to leave it there so they can reuse it whenever they want. But if you do want to remove it, if you go to, so if we just do that again, if you go to Power Maths, if you go to current allocations, then if you choose your class, so my class was here. If you click on the activity that you want to, and then click on deallocate, then it will deallocate it like that. Other important things to know, if you go to help, if you go to teacher help, you've got a section here on School Jam as well. So the section here on School Jam right at the bottom sort of summarizes the things in this video. So it tells you how to allocate the resources, how to find the resources, and what it looks like in the pupil world for children. Finally, I think another important thing to show you is just within Power Maths, then you go to Classroom Support. If you go to the bottom, you'll find School Jam, and there's some extra teaching documents for you if you want to look through them. So how School Jam fits with the national curriculum, how it fits with the Welsh curriculum, the Scottish curriculum, some ready to progress criteria, some certificates if you want to hand them out to children who've done a fantastic job and have really engaged with it. And there's also a letter for parents. So maybe at the beginning of the year, you would like to send this letter out just explaining what School Jam is, how they can access it through ActiveLearn on the Pupil world. It's in a Word document, so you can read it and you can edit it before you send it out to make it relevant to your place and school. So that's basically the end of an introduction to School Jam. Now it sits within ActiveLearn Primary. If you have any questions, please reach out to Pearson. Otherwise, have a fantastic start of the new academic year, and I hope you have fun using the School Jam activities.